these things a lot. Did you know? I know some people like to perpetuate this mythology, but I have been on the internet for years, and I always do social media my own way. Like, I mean, I do think there needs to be limits on it. Like, I don't think kids should be on social media. I do think that can be unhealthy. If they are on social media, I think their parents should be involved. That's one thing. But I also think as adults on social media, I think as an adult, you make the decision about how you want your channel to be. Some people, they like everything. They want everything. They want all the stuff. They want all the things. They want friction. They want spicy. But my channel is none of those things. I'm not spicy. I'm not friction. And I have a certain kind of channel. And then I think there's some people, they think they mean well by writing this thing and that. But I've just decided, you know, I'm not one of those people that want a free-for-all. And I get to have a channel because, you know what, like the people that will say to people, well, you keep coming on here. You know what? Social media is for everybody, especially since 2020. And before that, I was on social media. And I'm allowed to have a channel. Everybody's allowed to have a channel. And if you don't love somebody's channel, you have to learn to swipe on. Like, you have to, as the person watching the channel, take the initiative to move on. Because I'm here for people that love to talk about hair and other things that are on my mind. And I share things according to me, not according to how they think it should be. Because I love to educate about how we get into the introverted life, and we share on an introverted space where people can feel comfortable and can feel the kind-heartedness. And I love that stuff. If you don't love kind-hearted soft edge, like if you don't have a soft edge, if you don't hate confrontation, then my channel is definitely not for you, because I hate confrontation. Like, confrontational people don't do it for me. I don't have any allure. My day's going well. Like, I'm just not excited by people who are confrontational. So if you need all the spicy things or all the negative things or all the ragey things, I'm not for you and you're not for me. Like, and with that being said, because I feel like as social media continues to grow, it's like we have to be very precise about what our channels are about. And you know, there's a lot of things. Like, I just personally, like, I've looked at some lives before, and if there was a live where somebody didn't resonate with me or it was about a topic I didn't love, I have the power as an adult with self-control to move on. And it seems like nowadays people just don't have that. Thank you. Like, they lack that. Or they just love it. And I don't know, maybe some people are online because that's what they want. Like, they want clout, and any kind of clout, any kind of interaction is what they want. But I don't like that. I'm all about, let's talk about healthy hair care. Let's talk about growing your hair long. Let's talk about why I will never go to a salon again. And it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. It doesn't matter what hair type you have. I personally have no interest in salons. Like, I've had people that didn't even go to get a salon education tell me that I would want to have my hair styled by them in the future, which I just thought was audacious. And this person hadn't even had salon training yet. I don't know, they might someday. And they were getting offended because I said I don't go to salons, but I don't. I DIY my own hair. And then, you know, of course, you have some of the hair fetishy guys. They come on here and they're like, oh, I would love to touch and braid your hair. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't ever get to. Because that's not what my hair channel is about. It's about sharing the love of long hair for anybody who loves long hair. It's not what they think it is. Like, I've had some people try to foist upon me what they think my channel is about, but if my channel was about that, I would be doing spicy, and I'm not spicy. I know some men, they think that they think that they're allowed to do that, but I'm doing a big pushback on the people that are pushing their spicy agenda, because you don't get to do that to me. You don't get to take my channel with your attitude or your feelings about something, and it's not respectful to me because I didn't ask for that, you know? Like, there's all these men that think, and women can be catty, but some men can be pushy, you know? It's just interesting. So, I'm doing what I want with my channel, and it's just to share my hair journey. It's not exactly tutorial format. It's just, I do like shorts where I show what I wear today and my hair inspiration. And it's for me, and if people enjoy like what I do with my hair, and they get like something out of it, then I'm here. I'm not here to promise, like, I'm not going to pretend. Like, there's some people, they get up here on social media, and I think it's really audacious. And they're still figuring out their hair type. And they were probably doing something completely different a year earlier. But they're charging you. They're not even, like, certified hairstylists. They didn't go to, like, and I'm not saying you have to be, but I feel like if you're charging, you probably should have taken classes and have some sort of certification in what you're charging for. I truly believe that from wherever. Even if you are into natural hair care, I think you should have some sort of beauty license to be doing that. To have the audacity to charge. That's my opinion, because I don't know. I just find it a real gray area when people charge for anything. And I'm not saying, oh, you have to be an expert, but like, why? What are you charging for? Like, I've literally seen women that come on this platform and they're still evolving, which is fine because I evolve what I do too. But if that's the case, you shouldn't be charging people for your like input on their hair. It's just weird, like, because whatever you're doing might be working for your hair. But it's funny because I could say what they're doing is not something I would ever do. Like, there's a lot of people who think that shampoo is absolutely horrible for hair, who think sulfates are the devil incarnate, which I disagree, because recently a lot of people have been discussing of all hair types that maybe not using sulfates. I mean, if you wash your hair like every day or every other day, maybe you don't have to use sulfates because you wash your hair a lot. But for us types who might stretch out washing because that would over dry our hair, yeah, we do need to use sulfates on our scalp. But what I'm finding is I used to sometimes pull it through the ends, but I'm trying not to do that as much, to where I just concentrate more on the scalp. But I do find sulfates are really good for my hair, but then I have to go in. I need a new conditioner, by the way, because I don't like this conditioner. I mean, it makes my hair feel soft, but which one is it? I'm not liking it at all. I love Garnier, but this conditioner, I've just decided it's the Parabella. I got it at Dollar Tree. It was like $3.25. I do not like it. There's just something about it. I love the Garnier conditioner. Like, when I use the Garnier conditioner, I love the way my hair feels, and I just feel like it detangles so lightly, and I feel like, not that this one doesn't, but I'm always following up with this one anyhow. And I'm just like, I know this one says, oh, compared to Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine. I mean, I'm looking at the ingredients. Let's see. Fragrance, a lot of them have fragrance. Castor oil, panthenol. Does it have dimethicone? Because I actually do like dimethicone. This one doesn't, but my leave-in conditioner, it has dimethicone, which I love dimethicone, and a lot of people hate the cones. A lot of people hate the sulfates, but you know what? I always used the cones and the sulfates up until 2017, and I never had a problem. And my hair grew longer and longer without them. But I just think it's kind of like a fallacy that, oh, the sulfates are so bad for your hair. I just don't agree, because a lot of those people are just trying to sell you on a more expensive product, and some people have said sometimes those are worse. Like, some people say, yeah, not that there's not good conditioners and shampoos at the Dollar Tree. I just will stick with Garnier right now. I like Shea Moisture too, I did. But I'm thinking I want to stick to Garnier because I've had the best luck with Garnier, like shampoos, conditioners, and leave-ins. I was using Aussie for a while, but I don't know. After a while, it just kind of like the leave-in conditioner, the spray one was kind of making my hair feel sticky, and I didn't like that. I don't want my hair to feel sticky. Like, personally, that's not the feeling I'm going for with my hair. Like, I'm not interested in having sticky hair. So yeah, I wasn't a super fan of that Dollar Tree one. I didn't love it. Like, some people really have good luck with Dollar Tree products, and I did see that they had Shea Moisture at the Dollar Tree, but I've tried them a few times, and overall I'm just not super impressed with the Dollar Tree products. But that's just been my experience. Like, some people, they really like them and they find good products there, but I think just going forward, I'm going to stick with things that have worked really well in my hair, and that tends to be Garnier. I just really like the Garnier formulations. They tend to be the best for me. I'm just growing longer. I don't have I've never had a length in mind. Like, people told me I had a length, and in the past, I used to say, this is my length. I mean, I kind of did say, oh, waist length earlier, but now I'm just growing my hair and I'm seeing where it goes. Like, I'm not planning to do any major chops. I thought about doing a trim, but then I decided not to do one yet because, well, the main reason being is I gave my sister a pair of scissors that I use for trimming my hair. And if I do trim my hair, I want to get a better pair of scissors. That's kind of, but I don't want to spend $30. Like, I've done just lower end, like $10, but maybe I should. I'm not one of these people that believes you have to spend hundreds of dollars on things to get a good result. That's just not me. That's never been me. I know some people are like, oh, like, we can't afford to, like, be cheap. I'm just not that. I've never been about that life. I've always been a budget girly. And some people actually really hate on you when they find out you're a budget girly and a DIY girly. But you know what? Being those things has always served me well. Being a DIY budget girly who takes her time and is gentle, because I feel like, and I don't even use heat on my hair, but it was interesting, like, recently people were saying that, you can find a Dyson dupe. Like, if you do use heat on your hair, that does a good job. And I'm not going to spend like hundreds of dollars on hair products. I'm just not going to do it. Like, you can't make me do it. And in this economy, I feel like gentle hair care means we use natural products and we use gentle brush strokes, and we're just kind to our hair. And we don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on our hair, in my opinion. What do I use? I use Garnier. I usually use my Minoy oil, but I forgot to unfreeze him. I had this Dollar Tree one that I don't really love, and I had a sample of this that my sister gave me because she really didn't like it. It was Moroccan oil. I would not pay extra for this stuff because, yeah, the ingredients are similar to drugstore stuff. Personally, I just don't think it's worth, like, what they charge. That's my opinion, and there's a lot of science that backs up, like, people want you to think, oh, the high-end product is better, but not always. And I feel like being gentle is better. Like, I'm just not big on high-end. Like, some people just think it's very impressive to do luxury products and to buy expensive things, and that does not impress me. And there's a lot of, like, people with super long hair, like super long hair, and I had super long hair. I grew my hair long using drugstore shampoo and coconut oil or olive oil. Like, just use what you have. Like, you don't need to. I think Garnier is a really good brand. I really love Garnier. I like some Shea Moisture things as well, but Garnier just really it serves me well. Like, I've just really always loved the Garnier line, especially this leave-in conditioner. I've gone through this. I've had this since March, and he's about to like be depleted. But this stuff is good. I love that. I love having a leave-in conditioner when I first wash my hair. Now, I'm just using a little bit of oil to kind of comb out my hair. Gentle with my hair. Pull on it. I always brush my hair in sections. Like, a lot of people, like, they just rip through their hair with a brush, and I'm like, just be gentle with your hair. Like, who are you trying to impress with your really fast brushing techniques? I don't know. It just doesn't impress me. Like, I just am of the belief that the more gentle you are, the better it is. And this one, it's not bad. I just want to pay. I think this stuff's expensive if you go to pay for it. And I didn't think their conditioner was that great. I used up the sample really quick, but it was just like okay. The shampoo, it's a little too, like, I don't know, a little too fragrant. See? I don't know if I'm going to do a head baking video or not, because I kind of just, I do my, like, flow. I just love flowing to my life, and, like, just, I don't know. Like, I did one once, and am I a headbanger? Not really. I'm just not really a headbanger. I'm more of like a middle, like just doing my own thing every day, wanting to be my own person. And I don't feel like headbanging is Julia. Julia's just not a headbanger, okay? Julia's not a headbanger. I think that's like the antithesis of it all. I just thought about it. I'm like, it's not really me. I have to be me to the hilt and back. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like, I know a lot of people are like legitimately like, I'm not saying that there's not some good heavy metal music. I like some of it. I love like the Scorpions. I'm not a super fan of Metallica. My sister was, and we went to the concert together. But I also got very annoyed being pushed. Like, that just stood in my mind, and I wouldn't have paid to go there. I went with her because she had a second-day ticket. Like, that's just how I roll. Like, I like some heavy metal, but I'm not like a headbanger girl. Like, I am the quiet, introverted, let's read a book, listen to music at home, go quiet on our western front and back end girly. Like, that's just who I am. Like, I talk, but headbanging, that just doesn't seem like me. It's just not really me at all. Yeah, I'm a quiet on my western front girly. Like, I talk, but I'm just not a headbanger. I'm not. I want to paint and do flower things and be, I don't know, a little bit Middle Eastern, belly dancing. Do what you want in the sun and flip the other things, right? You know? Nope. I do what I want every day all the way. That's how it rolls. This is how it rolls around here. This is not a request channel. Never was, never will be. Right? And nobody else does that. Nobody else is doing that. Show me respect. Where's the respect, man? No respect. I see you. I see you. There's no respect. I got it. Got it on good. Because there's so many ladies you would never say that to, and then you say it to me. Not gonna happen. But you know what? This is just a new era where, well, I've always been pretty upfront about what I think, but just enforcing it more. I need my sensitive, kind-hearted ones. Where are you guys? No. You know, you should go watch somebody who does that. There's probably people who do that, and you can go watch that, and it probably is what you want. Obviously, that's not the type of channel I'm about. So, you know, this oil, it's not bad. It's not bad. I want to pay for it. Truthfully, would I pay for it? Not pay for it. I love to give my hair itself a head massage, and I don't need to buy an expensive head tool to do it. I just massage my hair with my fingers. Good old-fashioned tools. Your fingers. It works every time, girls and boys and everybody. Just use your fingers. You don't need to use anything else. Okay. I mean, I had the hair mask idea that somebody shared earlier. I don't do egg or avocado, but I love olive oil for like a hair mask. That's really cool. I tend to not use any food products that are kind of sticky. Like aloe is cool, but the thing I didn't like about aloe is I would never put it in dry hair. If you're gonna do like the fresh aloe, I would make sure like your hair is very wet and saturated, because it just felt very sticky. And I feel like I should have pureed it first and like made it more watery. I feel like anytime you're gonna do a hair mask, especially like with my type of hair, you need to sit under the tap for like 2 minutes flat. Like I actually have to put my hair under the water tap for about 2 minutes until it feels saturated enough to begin shampooing my hair. Like it takes a lot of water. Well, before I feel like it's ready to, like some people probably could wash their hair sooner, but yeah, I don't know, that's just my take. Let's do a brush flip. The only flip you're ever gonna get is a brush flip. Those are the only kind of flips you get, or brush flips. No other kinds, okay? I can flip my brush, but I'm not flipping my hair because I don't want to. Okay? That's why. Why are you flipping your hair? I don't know, because it doesn't sound fun. I'm not interested in doing that, sir. Sir, may I not flip my hair because I don't want to. That's it. And that's the only reason I'm not flipping my hair. It doesn't seem interesting to me. Thanks. Or no thanks. Anyway, that's my take on the whole hair flippy thing. I'm not interested. Maybe you are. Maybe you should. I just thought back on the memory from when I was a kid of something that I just think was so weird, and I feel like men carried this into their adulthood, and I'm not offended or sad about it, but apparently I don't think first grade boys would have came up with this thing on their own. Like, this was in the 80s, and I remember I still wore skirts, but I wasn't going to let a guy intimidate me. Like, some boys want to bully you into not wearing a skirt or something. Like, I mean, nowadays this would be totally inappropriate. But I remember being in first grade and second grade, and I would have, like, these boys come up and say things to me. I didn't know what they were talking about. Like, this one boy told me, "Today is Friday flip-up day. Do you want to participate?" And I was in first grade. And then I think, again, this happened in second grade. I'm like, no, because I don't know what that is. And then we try to flip up your skirt. And I'm thinking, a first grader is not going to come up with that on their own. Like, who taught them that? Who told them that was okay? Their dad? Their older brothers? That's just sad. I just feel like there's a lot of behavior in our society that has been normalized. And I don't think that would happen nowadays, but that just kind of brought back a memory for me. And I can see why a lot of people are traumatized, because luckily enough, like, I lived in a community where the yard duty would put an end to that. And I think one time when the boy was starting to do that, she put the kibosh on that and he got detention. But I feel like even nowadays there's some people that think that kind of behavior is okay. And it really bothers me, because there's a lot of people, like, they didn't consent to that, and you're like telling them, oh, like, and I know some people might be like, oh, relax, that was just like something that happened to somebody when they were a kid. But these kind of behaviors start early, where people think it's okay to say you should do this, and it's not okay. Like, it's never been okay. I know some people want you to think, because, oh, your father said it was okay to ask women to do certain things, but it's just not okay. Like, it's called consent. Like, if somebody didn't come to you asking to do that, it's not okay. But you're requesting certain things. Like, it's not okay. Like, do men not get that? I mean, no, I'm not talking about all men, but I feel like there's just some men that don't get that. Like, they don't understand that maybe if a woman didn't come to you saying that that's something that they want to do, that maybe it's weird. Like, why would you even ask? It's not going to happen anyway. You're just talking to thin air at this point. But anyway, I don't know to say about all that. Some people just, they like to think that that sort of behavior is like normal or acceptable. Isn't it sad too? Because, like, you could be talking to somebody and, like, treat them like a human being and get to know them and tell them why you like long hair and why you've grown your hair long, instead of just requesting weird stuff. Like, why don't you treat long-haired women like human beings? Like, treat them as people you respect and admire. Stop, like, I mean, I guarantee if you start doing that, you might, like, learn something. You might actually meet people. You might actually, like, evolve yourself and wonder why you thought it was okay to be the other way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if these guys know that, though. They probably don't know that. They're probably just like, oh, look at me. I'm into asking for weird stuff. Isn't that fun and hunky-dory? Not really. Nobody's interested in your weird requests, dude. Except for you. You probably think people think that's awesome. But nobody's interested. And it doesn't seem to be working out for you, is it? I mean, is that working out for you? Like, how is that going? But maybe you're a robot. I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Carter's really awesome, because Carter's growing their hair, like, really long. And I wonder if some of you dodos are actually growing your hair long. Or do you just, like, request silly things? Like, I love Carter's hair. Carter has amazing, beautiful hair. Like, all of you who just request them, like, what are you doing with your hair? Like, are you growing your hair long? I have to ask. I'm really curious, like to the dodos that are requesting some of this stuff. Like, are they growing their hair long? I just really want to know. I'm asking for a friend. Wow. It actually looks really pretty. I like it. my baby thingy. Washing my fingers. Do 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 do. I'm actually a pretty good braider because I'm thinking, yeah, I do make really beautiful braids in my opinion. Like, it's really pretty. I've always been a very good braider because I've braided all my life just because I've always loved to braid my hair. I rarely do French braids though because I just don't, because I feel like, reason being is I'm trying to embrace them more, but I just feel like our society's so weird. Like, they act like you have to gel down your hair or something. It has to be like perfectly like slicked back to look good, and I'm more not into that because I don't think, like, everybody's talking about scalp health in our society, and I just don't think like putting all that stuff on your scalp is necessarily good for the health of your hair. Like, that's just my opinion. And I don't know why, as a society, we decided that hair had to be like perfectly slicked back to be viable. So I tend not to like really do a lot of French braids in my hair just because I know our society has this weirdness about how, but yet on the other end of the spectrum, the messy bun's okay. But if you don't have like the perfectly, like if your hair's not 100% slicked back, if you do certain kinds of braids, people get weird about it. Like, I remember one time I did a French braid, and I hadn't done them that often in my hair, and it just felt awkward to hold it like that. And then the one girl, and I had tried, that was like one of my first attempts, and this one girl told me, oh, well, you should have pulled it tighter. And it's just like, you know, she never offered to French braid my hair, but then she critiqued how I did it to my own hair, and I'm like, you know, I'm not one of those people that's gonna push, like, I like to braid, but I'm not gonna push myself to pull it tighter behind my head. Like, 20 years ago, I used to hate, like, I had to actually practice, like, I'm so much better, but 20 years ago, it used to give me so much strain to hold my arms behind my head. Like, this channel and just doing my hair more has kind of got me over that. But for me, like, it's not a natural feeling. Like, I hate holding my arms above my head and just all the things you have to do, like, and I don't want to pull tightly on my hair either. So I just feel like a lot of the requirements that people have for your hair to have to be like really, really tight and when you're doing a braid, they just don't seem necessary to me, because I'm like, why? Who made this rule up? Like, why is that? That's the thing about one French braid. I'll kind of get it the way I like, but then the second one, and then I hate the tangle town that comes with it. And I'm not going to struggle and struggle and struggle just to French braid my hair, because I'm just like, when my hair was shorter a couple years ago, that was like the first time I kind of was feeling comfortable with it. I just don't feel super comfortable with it. I'm just like, yeah, that's why I don't do a lot of French braids, because I don't know. I just feel like it's just too much tangling and then pulling, and yeah, I don't like it too much. I like the look, but I don't like to do it because I just feel like it can damage your hair a little too much. Just my little opinion, you know. Because I don't want to pull on my hair like ever. I just want to be gentle with my hair. hate it. I'm just, if it doesn't go the way I like, I kind of give up. I'll try again, but I'm just like, I don't like it tangling my hair, and I'm not gonna pull on my hair hard. I'm just like, ugh. So I'm just not a fan of like when it starts getting naughty. I'm starting to. I'll try one more time. I hate this. When this hair starts coming forward. That's the thing I hate about fringe braiding. It starts, a whole bunch of hair starts coming forward that you didn't want to come forward. You're welcome. Yeah, I really did like your hair, and I noticed it's getting longer. I need to reply more on Instagram. I just haven't been on Instagram as much just because I wanted Instagram to be fun, but I just found Instagram was scammer time. Like, not you, like, there's some really cool people there, but it just seemed like it opened me up to people that would message me saying that I needed to pay them to promote my account, and I'm never going to do that. Like, I'm never going to pay. And by the way, that's always a scam. Anytime somebody messages you about promoting your account, just delete it and ignore it, because I'm just like, no, I'm not interested in having you promote my account on Instagram. Like, obviously, if I wasn't happy with something on my account, I'm a big girl and I know how to find people to do that for me. Like, if that's what I wanted, right? Like, if paying for promotion on my channel, and I definitely would use somebody I'd know. Like, there's, and this is the funny thing, I don't know if those scammy whammers know, but like, I live near LA. Like, if I wanted that bad, like, if I was somebody that wanted to pay, I could pay for like really good people that I could meet up with locally, that I could talk to and vet to like do that kind of stuff for my channel. But like, why would I just hire somebody I don't know? I'm not gonna give you access to my channel. Like, I feel like these people are trying to get access to some sort of back end of your accounts to do some sort of scam. It feels like some sort of cybersecurity scam. Like, they're passing it off as, I don't know, wanting to help you promote your channel, but I feel like, why did they, because you know they're going to want to look at the back end of your channel, and you don't want to do that. I have no interest in doing that with anybody. And it's always these people with really, like, their grammar is horrible, and they don't have anything to show me. Like, they're like, oh yes, I can give you results, and then they like send me like this thing saying I helped this person, and I'm like, do I even know if you did that, or how do I know that's you? You could have just copied that off the internet. Anyway, yeah, it makes no sense, right? Nobody's gonna hire them anyway. I'm like, okay. I mean, nobody's gonna hire them that way. I mean, maybe some people get hired that way. I don't know, but it's just like everything nowadays is like, if you just want to be online and have fun in the sun, like, yeah, I would love my channel to grow, but it has to do it itself, organically, DIY style, the way I do. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like, I'm not paying anybody to do anything. Like, I know some people are like, I'm destined to be a social media star. Well, some people pay for all that. They pay for the things, and then it turns out not doing what it said it would do. Like, there was one lady talking about how she paid for one of those services and her traffic dropped off, and that the people who did it used some sort of like clickbaity thing to promote her channel. So I'm just like, no. And if you want somebody like to edit your channel or do social media posts, and if you live in the US, like, you would contact an agency in LA or something. Yeah, there'd be a lot more, but you'd know that they were actually doing it right. Plus, I don't know, I'm a DIY girly. I don't have money for that kind of thing. I live the DIY life. Like, I'm not even buying Redken shampoo or Olaplex. Like, I think they think, like, they can just say this stuff to any randoms, and everybody's going to be like, oh, yes, I'm going to pay you. I'm like, I'm not, like, somebody who's living some lavish lifestyle, because honestly, even if I did have money, I wouldn't live that way, because I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised to buy, like, the most expensive of things. I don't think luxury means better. I know everybody, because that's been a repetitive theme a lot about luxury, but a lot of people who have money, like, they do have fun and they do travel, but they don't. It's this nouveau riche thing where you have, and that's kind of how I view, like, the influencers who are always doing product placements, and I'm not envious of them because first off, they get a lot of that stuff for free, and right now this is their 15 minutes of fame. I said fame. So you buy the expensive house, and how do you sustain that lifestyle? That's not a sustainable lifestyle. Like there was some influencer person saying that they were making $500,000 like a year on YouTube, and they continue to do that, and now they're like a real estate person. And I feel like if you made $500,000, that money should have lasted you for the rest of your life. There were people who made more than that, like when YouTube went big, and they blew it all. Like where did it go? Because they were living some high luxurious lifestyle. Like luxury doesn't impress me. Like even for people that do have money, they're not flaunting around. That's a very nouveau riche, let's go bankrupt. And I've seen it because I saw it in the 80s. Like the 80s was a time of excess. Like I grew up in the San Bernardino Mountains in Lake Airhead, where a lot of people wanted to brag about how they were luxury. And we have this one grocery store, okay, up in the San Bernardino Mountains, Jensen's, which they're overpriced, okay, like for people like working class people, because there are working families. Like I know when I was growing up, like I went to like these schools like where I had some kid tell me, oh, you can't afford an Arabian horse and private horse riding lessons, and you don't go to a boutique. And I'm like, what? Like, no, of course not. And it took me a long time to realize there were many other kids that went to the same school with me that were not in that tax bracket. And maybe a lot of those people, their parents were making that kind of money, but it was the 80s. Like that was a time of excess. People were making a lot of money. It was a time of kind of like like it's funny now because everybody's like, 2024 is the era of overconsumption. You didn't live through the 80s, did you? Oh, the 80s were big on the overconsumption, the movies, and I love music and movies from the 80s, but the part I didn't really get on board with was like the overconsumption bit. Like even as a kid, I'm like, it's a gimmick. Like I had a really good 5th grade teacher who taught us like, you know, what's a gimmick? Like where they're trying to get you to buy something. Like you have to buy things you love, promote things you love, but don't buy everything. And don't be envious of people who say that you can get everything or luxury. What is luxury anyway? To me, luxury is living in a country where you have access to clean water, food, a shower, like healthy food. And oh yeah, I remember like everybody wanted to shop at that store Jensen's, and they were really, really overpriced. And there's some good stuff at Jensen's, but now that we have grocery outlet, that's more exciting. And groceries aren't even cheap nowadays. So I don't get it. I'm not impressed by people who preach the luxury lifestyle. I just think luxury to me is another word for kind of overconsumption, and I don't even have to call it that. And I'm not anti-capitalist. I believe in the free market economy. Like, do what you want with your money. I don't care. I'm not jealous of you. But on the same token, I'm going to live a frugal life. I'm not going to be out here promoting all the things or lusting after all the things that might not bring me happiness and joy. I'm going to live my very grounded life that I have always lived and has never showed me wrong, you know? And I think we live in an era where people are like, you need all the things and the high consumption things, and it has to be lots and lots of money that you spend to like live a good life. And I'm like, what? You don't need all those things to live a good life. You really don't. I guarantee you can live a beautiful life without overspending. I have to see what the back of my hair looks like. Oh, that looks so pretty. I love how that got woven in. Hi from North Carolina, how you doing? I'm gonna have to find a way to make these picture frames. I'm trying to get my one picture frame to hang a certain way, and every time I put it back on the wall, I need to get a better mirror, honestly, a better mirror setup. I actually have a hand mirror. Why do I keep lugging that thing out? I don't know. So, yeah, I just need to invest in a hand mirror instead of taking that thing off the wall every time. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.